This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged. Unplugged. The podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Hey, Pat Calamari here, host of Pat Soundbites Unplugged. It is Monday, Music Madness Monday for February the 10th, and I am a happy guy. Got a chance to chat with a good guy, Will Turpin of Collective Soul. Always fun to hang out with Will and Jesse and Ed, E, Dean, and Johnny. Great album last year, great tour last year. We talk about all of last year, the 25th anniversary. We talk about Blood. We talk about Will tells me the name of the new album. So you got to listen to that. He tells me what's in store for touring this year, I should say, and what bands that they're going to hook up with. Talks about his solo career a little bit, and all good stuff. If you're a fan of Collective Soul and you love this band as much as I have, you definitely will love this chat. If you love what I do, please share, please listen, please tell your friends. Pat Soundbites Unplugged. This podcast is worldwide. Its numbers are going insane, and I can't appreciate that enough to you folks, the listeners. I have a lot more great interviews coming up this week. So please stay tuned and listen. And you can catch me on my radio show. I'm not only a little rock journalist, but I am the program director and on-air personality at WBXO here in the Hudson Valley in New York. And we allow the DJs to create their own playlists. And my motto is keeping new music alive on the radio airwaves. So if you want to hear new music mixed with classics, you can listen to me on Sundays from 5 to 8 Eastern Time. And I have an all-request show from 7 to 8. So if you want to hear a specific request of Collective Soul, or Will, you let me know. Go to my Facebook page, send me a message, become a fan, hit the WBXO like button, and let me know if you got a birthday, anniversary, or just want to hear a specific song. I will play. I got listeners all over the country and world. Okay, enough said. With all of that, have a great rest of the Monday and week. I got more interviews coming up. If you're going to the show on Wednesday, let me know so I can see and meet you and hang out a little bit and live, love, and laugh a lot, because life is simply way too short. Here's our good friend, Will Turpin.
Hey, what's up? This is Will with Collective Soul, and you are having the great privilege of listening to Pat's Soundbites Unplugged, one of the coolest podcasts out there.
WBXO Classic Rock redefined in conjunction with Pat's Soundbites Unplugged. I'm a happy guy on a happy Monday having my man, singer, songwriter, solo artist, multi-instrumentalist, and bass player for one of rock's most influential bands and one of my favorite all-time bands, Collective Soul, my good friend, Mr. Will Turpin. Man, Will, what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing good, man. Getting ready to get on a plane tomorrow and head up your way.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Saturday, the big birthday. You know, I'm 35, so you got to be like 29. So, how was your birthday? Dinner and cake with the family? Did they buy you new red sneakers, a new bass, a new keyboard? Anything?
Yeah, I always can use another pair of red sneakers. Yeah, man, I spent the day with my mama, and we just hung out at my house. You know, birthdays are, I don't know, the older you get, the less important they become, and it's kind of more of a, sometimes it's more of a sobering effect as you get older, but, I'm fortunate, we had a good day, and I'm happy to be around this earth another year.
Well, there you go, pal. You know, and I felt the same way for years as I approached the young age of 58, And I think about it, Will, and I think about all the friends, growing up that didn't make this year, 58, me not even married or even had kids. So, I look at birthdays today as I'm blessed and I made it, and we're fortunate that I take them to a different level anymore. I'll just share that with you. But congratulations, happy birthday. I know everybody was on Facebook, and I'll reach out to maybe Donna and the kids. Say, get a new luggage bag and some new red sneakers, man. Will's coming up here. So let's reflect that great year that Collective Soul had last year. 25th anniversary, the release of what I think is probably, if not the best Collective Soul album out there. At the end of the year, Will, and at the end of the tour, do you guys, if you can share, take me through the process so the fans understand. Do you guys sit down as a band and review and evaluate everything and say, do we meet our expectations and get ready for the new year? How does that all work for you guys?
Yeah, we're hands-on, but we're not as detailed as we probably should be as a business. We know we get some general percentages, like, hey, we overperform by 10%, and then we get paid, and then we just think about, we're constantly, but like I said, we should probably analyze the past a little more, but we're constantly thinking about the future and what's next. That's what we're good at as artists, is really just moving forward. So yeah, man. So we had a good year. We had a great year. I appreciate the kind words about Blood. I feel like I think with music and especially any type of artist, it's not like athletics where you kind of peak and your age kind of defines limitations.
Right.
But Collective Soul, man, we're making music right now that's as strong as it ever has been. And you said it was our best record. I don't know how I compare things and rank things, but I do know that it's one of our best. And top to bottom, it's man, we're just really recording strong material right now, and it's just really awesome to have such great friends, and then musically know that we are still traversing what we consider grand territory.
Well, maybe I overused the word best, but let me just say, to me, that album is a combination of many different styles. From Over Me to Right as Rain to Change to Big Sky, and then you throw in Porch Swing. All awesome songs that feature piano and guitar riffs, and I sitting back thinking and preparing to chat with you today, I'm like, man, if that album did not exceed their expectations, it's like, you could just see over the years of the talent that, Ed or E in the songwriting and you guys musically, and then you come out and you see the shows live, which I've been fortunate, courtesy of you guys, to see a bunch of shows last year. And the crowd and the fans, and which will lead me to question number 2 is, I go to shows. I was out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. I'm blessed to have a great wife and allows me to live my dreams. And I'm out all the time. And you know me, my radio show is all about keeping new music alive and getting that out there because it's a lost art. And you guys, a lot of bands, they put out a new album and they're somewhat reluctant to play a couple of tracks, or they're reluctant to even say, hey, this is a new song, because they might lose momentum and people go to the bathroom or get a beer. But for you guys last year, you didn't even have to say that. You guys come out, Right as Rain and Observation of Thoughts and Now's the Time and Over Me, and some shows I saw had Crush, some had Porch Swing. There was no hesitation of you guys adding 5 or 6 new tracks in your 16 song set list, and the crowd just loved it. It was like, your fan base is incredible and really support you guys. Was there, when you sit down to do the set list as a group, is it a concern of yours? Do you guys just say, obviously you got to play a couple new tracks, but I guess my point is not many bands even come close to playing 2 or 3. You guys some shows were 4, some shows were 5, some shows were 6. And the fans just love it. So I guess my question is when you put the set list together, Was there concerns of any of that, or we are who we are, and we're just going out there and we're laying it out there and we're having fun?
Yeah, I mean, definitely things you got to think about, and we've been fortunate enough to have so many hits that, there's also number one rock songs that we leave off of a set, and people leave and they're not upset about that. There's for us, it's more of a riding the energy, and we don't worry about. We're certainly not the band, we're certainly not the band that's too cool to play their hits. We want to perform the hits. We understand that people have allowed us to become the soundtrack of their lives, and these songs bring back memories and moments that are special to people. So we're not too cool, but at the same breath, we're just looking at the energy level of the set and the energy level of us as the band and the crowd, and we don't overthink what's new and what's old. We're just playing our music, and again, you mentioned it, but thank God our fans don't make us feel like that we have to, like they're expecting us to play something. Our fans allow us to create a set list that puts them on a journey, a ride, so to speak, that has highs and lows and all the space in between, and we get to have a good time on stage, and there's a back and forth energy transfer between us and the audience, and that's what a Collective Soul show is about.
And it has always been that way, and you're right. You guys incorporate the hits of Shine and Better Now and in right moments. And I can tell you, I don't ever leave where I'm standing or sitting to get a beer or go to the bathroom, because it's one after the other, and it's always been a great show. And I don't know if you read the fan club forums and social media, but one thing you guys did, and the fans were excited, I kept reading it, was that you added She Said at some of the shows, and oh my God, just adding that one song, and the buzz was going crazy. And I'll say to you, one song that I missed you guys playing over the years was, and I played it last night on my radio show actually, was Hollywood. But getting back to She Said, man, I don't know what got you guys to throw that in there last year, but that was such a buzz that the fans that haven't seen you you're waiting to see that show, or waiting for you to come to their city, were so excited. And I think you guys saw that, and you kept it on the set list for quite a while if you didn't take it off.
Yeah, I didn't, I don't read a whole lot of the fan forums or stuff, but I felt the energy, and I know that song is special, and I definitely was pro She Said, and that moment in the set list, I think the first night we did it, we realized that moment in the set list was perfect for that song.
I just wanted to share with you, the buzz from the fans was like, holy crap, man, this is like awesome. I haven't heard that in a while, and it was great. But
I think I just feel the buzz from the live audience. I don't have to read the forums.
I hear you, my man. So when I spoke to you and Ed last year when Blood was released, and I think Ed told me that the plan was supposed to actually be a double release of a double album. So I don't know if you can share or what the fans can expect this year. Is there a part 2? I read somewhere that this new album could be titled Red. Can you share anything with the fans for us for this year?
We threw around a bunch of ideas because we didn't want it to be as simple as Blood Part 2 or anything like that. So we were throwing around different ideas of names. But yeah, the name of the record is Vibrating. And it is Blood Part 2, basically. It was intended to be a double album, but they're basically two separate albums.
Okay.
That were recorded in the same era of time. They were basically both recorded in the same 9-month period. And like I said, we thought we were aiming for like rock and roll lore and trying to, do what some of our heroes did and release a double album. But in today's world, it really didn't make a lot of sense. And then when people presented us the idea of, release one record this year and then follow that up with another record the following year. So, yeah, we just finished mastering and all the mixes, and wow, buddy, I always get really excited before the release when the songs are fresh to me. But it's just all sounding really good musically for Collective Soul right now, and I'm really excited for people to hear the next record.
And if I would take it follows pretty much the same path that you had for Blood if you did it at the same time, right? Meaning the different styles and outside the box, and you guys just being who you are. And I mean, Blood's expectations from definitely exceeded everything. I can't wait for this one. Any dates of a release, or any idea? The summer, the fall, or
there is no date, but it will be. I would guess June.
Okay. Are you guys planning on throwing out a new track maybe on Wednesday or this week coming?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Not quite there yet.
Okay. I look, if I got you on the phone, I'm going to ask because my podcast is going worldwide, which is doing great, and I'm going to put it on the Collective Soul Facebook forum, and I know the fans are going to probably kill me if I don't ask, so that's fine. That's cool. Hey, look, we are excited. I'm excited, just itching to hear this part 2, if we can call it that, of Blood. It's going to be insane. Talking about the upcoming tour, 12 shows. It begins this Wednesday up here in Jersey. Tell Donna to pack up a little winter coat. Man, it's been a little bit chilly. We're at you guys are at the Bergen Performing Arts Center, which is a cool theater. I think you've been there before in Inglewood. You're up in New Hampshire on Thursday, and then you're in Rhode Island on the 14th, and then back down to Georgia. But I did see on the list, which I'm like, man, if I had the money, I would fly down to see you, the Ryman in Nashville. Have you guys ever played at that landmark?
Yes, we played there once before. Gosh, it must have been the late 90s.
Wow.
As things go, your memory gets a little foggy after years of rock and roll. But I do remember playing the Ryman. I could tell you probably within 1 or 2 years which year that was, but it's what a great spot, man. It reminds me of it's just there's certain music venues that to me are as spiritual as any church I would walk in, and the Ryman is certainly one of those. If the walls could speak,
Yeah.
So we're excited about that, and it's a really good rock and roll crowd in Nashville. So it's going to be real fun.
Oh, that show is going to sell out, and I encourage all my listeners and folks listening to us to go to CollectiveSoul.com for all the cities on the current list right now. So many bands, as you guys have done in the past, have doubled up. 2018, great teaming up with Three Doors Down, great show. Last year, the Gin Blossoms. Can you share at this point, maybe you can't, for the plan for the rest of the year, is there a double up feature, or you got to wait until all the contracts are said and done?
Yeah, we're doing some dates with we got some outliners already out there that have been published, but we're doing some dates with Tonic and Better Than Ezra.
Oh, okay.
Which would be a really good combination. I figure those of our peers. I figure those two bands are some of the best songwriters in the business. Emerson Hart, Kevin Griffin, and Ed Rowland. You're talking about three of the best that came out in that era.
Absolutely.
When all of a sudden, Seattle was ruling, and they should have been. God dang, what came out of Seattle in the 90s was amazing. But there was other bands out there that were making really quality music that wasn't grunge, and I would count Tonic, Better Than Ezra, Collective Soul, bands like that. And so that's we're doing some dates with them, and I figure that's going to be really good musically.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right, the 90s, in the rock, if you think about rock and roll in the 90s, that was a tough thing. And if it wasn't for the whole Seattle and the Pearl Jams and the Collective Souls, and to keep that momentum and still be here today, that's a tough thing. Even today, I'm looking at bands. There's very little new bands rocking around. I was just with this band Dirty Honey, and they are.
I love Dirty Honey. That's good rock and roll.
They're great, and then you got the Greta Van Fleet. That's so it's starting to pick momentum. But I ask my kids, young adults, and they listen to a lot of. You look at Post Malone. I mean, he's partnered up with Ozzy. There's some more mixture in the genres today more than ever, but I'm a rock guy. I'm a blues guy. It's great to see that rock is still coming along. So as you know, I'm the guy keeping new music alive, and I love, as I switch gears here with you, you know I love Serengeti Drivers. I mean, my goodness, I'm always playing Demons or Faith, Hope, and Love, and I think my favorite, for whatever reason, is All on You. It really shows your vocal strength. I mean, it shows your vocal strength. It's great that Johnny and Jesse were part of it. The album is funky. It's groove. The instrumentation and the vocals are superb. Your lyrics are personal and are very well meaningful. I mean, each song is very memorable. And I'm not blowing crap up your ass. You know how I feel about it. It really showcases your overall talent. So, is there a follow-up, my friend? Because, man, and I just love it all. So, tell me, is there a follow-up? What's the plan? What's the will on the solo thing?
Putting together a project like Serengeti Drivers took a couple years to do a full-length record. But, yeah, I'm recording, and I would like to have... I figure I got 3 songs that I'll have out maybe this summer, and if not this summer, it'll be in the fall. I'll have 3 more tunes out and some more music out there and play some shows around. It's hard for me as a solo artist to get out of the Southeast, but I'll be playing some shows around Atlanta area and some other places down here.
Oh man, I will talk off base with you and get you up here to Daryl's house. You got to play Daryl's house, man. That would be awesome to have you there.
You're kidding, of course.
Do you enjoy, I think I've asked you maybe once, I mean, you get this opportunity to be the front guy, and folks may not know, the songs are a lot of piano-driven, keyboardist, you're a multi-instrumentalist. They know you from the Collective Soul bass part and backing vocals, but do you enjoy being, once in a while, the guy up front compared to the guy in the back?
Yeah, but I feel most at home when I'm taking care of the rhythm section and holding it all together, and I'm kind of the glue for the Collective Soul thing. I probably feel most at home there, but I have to, as an artist, I have to get these songs out. They're just they pop up, and it's a magical thing when songs kind of drop in your lap, so to speak, and I have to get that out of me, and I have to let other people hear it, and thankfully the feedback's been amazing, and it makes me want to do more. So
I got to tell you, every time I play any of your tracks, I've always got great feedback, and people are like, who is that, and where do I get it, and what is that? And I remember when I first got it, and I tell my wife, you got to mute Mike and Molly for a minute and listen to this. And I mean, your song certainly could be out there if there were more Pats out there that were playing the crap out of it. I mean, I'm not going to bash corporate radio. I'm just fortunate to create my own playlist. But if folks don't have Serengeti Drivers or even Lighthouse, I mean, they're missing really of the extreme talent that you have, and it's not just the bass guy on Collective Soul. I want to share that with everybody out there. All right, my friend. So, anything on the bucket list? I know Atlanta United is probably kicking off another season. Oh, and I got to see you. You posted. You played at the Mercedes-Benz for a show. I know you've done the anthem a couple of times, maybe for the soccer team, but first time to play actually at the stadium for Collective Soul last year?
Yeah, well, it was a corporate show, so it doesn't quite count. But yes, we played Mercedes-Benz Stadium, yes.
That's cool. I mean, how many times?
Real cool.
How many times do you sit
up on a big stage in a stadium?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. How many times are you sitting in the seats watching a soccer game with the kids, and here you are actually playing it, besides doing the national anthem once in a while. So that is really cool. So, anything left on the bucket list that we can share for you, my man?
No, man. I'm just like we're happy. It's kind of like we kind of feel like we're a fine wine. We're just kind of getting better with age right now, and we're having a blast. And the love is coming through, man. We're just enjoying life and trying to perform this music for the right reasons, the right way, and like I said, have fun with the fans.
Well, we can't wait to see you Wednesday night, and I know watching the fan forum, folks are buying tickets left and right, at least up here in the Northeast, and I'm sure everywhere else. And I'm here for you, brother. You know me. I'm playing Collective Soul. I'm playing Serengeti Drivers, and nobody has to twist my arm. I tell everybody, if you haven't seen these guys or listened to any of these songs, I'm looking forward. Vibration, right? Is that what you said, Vibration?
Vibrating.
Oh, Vibrating. Vibrating is going to be the next song, next album coming out, and we cannot wait. All right, my man Will. I can't thank you enough for your time. My man Will Turpin, Collective Soul. Go check him out. This is WBXO. We're classic rock and we're redefined.